far beyond the stars, in a quiet corner of the Milky Way, the alien research vessel HFY Prime drifted silently. Its hull shimmered with advanced alloys, reflecting the faint light of distant suns. Inside, the alien scientists moved with precision, their large eyes scanning glowing panels filled with data from countless worlds. Among all the species they studied, one small blue planet caught their attention. Earth. Why do they survive? Asked Forel, a young alien researcher, his voice trembling with curiosity. He pointed to a screen showing humans facing plagues, natural disasters, and wars. Their bodies are fragile, yet they thrive in ways no other species does. The senior scientists ignored him. It is an anomaly, said Zir, the head researcher. Primitive creatures. Nothing more. Stop wasting time on curiosity. But Vorel could not look away. Humans were different. Even from space, their adaptability was clear. When a virus wiped out thousands in one city, another city adapted. When natural disasters struck, humans rebuilt. Their survival was chaotic but constant, unlike any other species in the galaxy. The aliens' instruments began scanning human DNA remotely. The results were shocking. Vorel stared at the patterns on the screen. Their DNA, it's rewriting itself, he whispered. Look at this. Mutations happen not randomly, but intelligently. Their bodies, they are learning. Zira scoffed. Burning? That is impossible. DNA follows strict rules. Vorel shook his head. I have never seen anything like this. Humans evolve within their lifetimes. They adapt faster than our calculations can predict. It is extraordinary. The council remained silent, but Vorel's fascination grew. He wanted to know more. He wanted to see the human up close. Finally, the command came to launch a probe to Earth to collect a DNA sample. The probe glowed as it descended through Earth's atmosphere, landing silently in a forest clearing. From its sensors, it identified a young human, a male in his 20s, resting after a long hike. The probe's mechanical arms collected a tiny sample, a drop of blood, without the human noticing. Back on HFY Prime, the DNA was analyzed. The aliens gasped as sequences unfolded like a hidden code. Human DNA was far more complex than they had imagined. It was flexible, adaptive, and somehow intelligent. The aliens had never encountered anything like it. Vorel leaned closer. They are not just surviving. They are improving themselves. Every generation learns faster, adapts faster. Their DNA is alive in a way we cannot control. Zirir narrowed his eyes. Are you suggesting we underestimated them? Vorel did not answer. His mind raced with possibilities. If humans were so extraordinary, what else could they do? Could they survive in space? Could they overcome any challenge? A spark of fear and admiration flashed in Vorel's eyes. Something had changed. Humans were not just a primitive species. They were a mystery, and the aliens were about to uncover a secret that would shock the galaxy. The human was asleep when the probe gently carried him aboard HFY Prime. The aliens worked quickly, examining every inch of his body with precision tools. To them, humans looked fragile, soft, and weak. But the DNA scanner told a different story. Vorel stood close to the glowing panel, eyes wide. Look at this, he whispered. It is incredible. Their DNA can change itself. It adapts in real time. The senior scientist Zir leaned forward with disbelief. This is impossible. No species can do this. This is chaotic and uncontrolled. It's a risk. Vol shook his head. No, it's not a risk. It's intelligence. Their DNA reacts to stress, disease, injury. It rewrites itself to survive and improve. They are evolution in motion. The human stirred, stretching slightly. His presence seemed ordinary, yet the DNA responded instantly. Tiny bioelectric signals pulsed in patterns the aliens had never seen. Vorel's instruments detected something extraordinary, an activation sequence in response to emotion. What does it mean? Asked another researcher, clearly frightened. It means, Vorel said softly, that their DNA is more than biology. It can sense, adapt, and anticipate. They can learn faster than any creature we know, faster than we do. The humans sensing the strange environment opened his eyes. He scanned the alien room, curious but calm. Vorel felt something he could not explain: human intuition. The human seemed to understand the surroundings instinctively, despite never having been in space before. For hours, the aliens tried experiments. They exposed him to controlled hazards, temperature changes, toxins, and psychological puzzles. Each time, the human adapted. Minor injuries healed at a speed that shocked the scientists. Stressful situations triggered clever solutions. One puzzle that took an alien hours to solve, the human solved in minutes. Using logic and creativity the aliens could barely comprehend, Vorel began speaking to the human secretly. Using subtle gestures and signals, he observed how the human could plan, anticipate, and manipulate situations. The human's ingenuity was undeniable, but Zier noticed Vorel's attention and grew suspicious. "You are spending too much time on him," he warned. "We cannot allow him to interfere with our research. He is just DNA, nothing more." Vorel clenched his claws. "He is not just DNA. He is alive in ways we cannot measure. He is remarkable. We could learn from him, not destroy him." Zier shook his head. "He is an anomaly. We must study and control him before he becomes a threat." Vorel felt a surge of fear and determination. He would protect this human. Then, something incredible happened. The human smiled, almost unknowingly, and the DNA scanner lit up with a hidden sequence activating. Energy pulsed through his cells, patterns shifting in ways the aliens could not explain. The sequence was intelligent, purposeful. Vorel realized the truth. Humans were more than adaptable. They carried a hidden power, a secret built into their DNA, a power that could surprise the galaxy. And for the first time, Vorel wondered, if aliens could not predict humans, could they ever control them? The human awoke to a room filled with strange lights and humming machines. At first, he felt fear, but instinct took over. His mind raced, scanning the environment for patterns, weaknesses, and escape routes. Even in the alien ship, he noticed small inconsistencies: doors that opened slowly, control panels that responded in predictable ways, and a strange pulsing energy in the walls. Vorel watched quietly from a distance. He had decided to help the human, secretly giving him information through subtle gestures and code-like signals. He knew that the human's unique DNA allowed rapid adaptation, but he did not yet understand the full extent. The aliens began tests again, expecting simple responses. They placed puzzles, obstacles, and simulations designed to measure intelligence and survival skills. The human did not panic. Instead, he observed, experimented, and improvised. When a mechanical barrier dropped suddenly, blocking his path, he didn't panic. Using a piece of loose wiring, he triggered the door's emergency override, a solution no alien had anticipated. The sensors in the lab registered an unusual surge in his DNA activity, as if his cells themselves were learning from the environment. Vorel's eyes widened. "It is incredible," he whispered. "He is not just solving problems. He is adapting biologically, physically, and mentally at the same time. His DNA is thinking." The senior scientist Zier stormed in. "Impossible. That human should not be capable of such intelligence. He is just DNA." Vorel shook his head, frustrated. "You cannot control him. You cannot predict him. Humans do not follow rules. They create them." The human, noticing the increasing tension among the aliens, acted subtly. He used his knowledge of the ship's systems to send a tiny signal toward Earth, a quiet message for help, hidden in the ship's energy grid. He worked quickly, never drawing attention to himself. The aliens tried to contain him, locking doors and creating barriers, but every plan failed. The human's body healed small injuries in minutes. His reflexes adjusted to each trap. His DNA seemed to anticipate danger before it arrived. Even advanced alien technology could not keep pace with his ingenuity. Vorel realized a shocking truth. Humans were more than survivors. They were strategists by nature, capable of turning even disadvantage into advantage. No alien logic, no matter how advanced, could fully understand them. As the human prepared for a larger escape attempt, Zier and the other senior scientists became increasingly alarmed. The human had already outsmarted them repeatedly, and Vorel feared their next move would be violent. For the first time, Vorel felt urgency not just to study humans, but to protect them. He knew their DNA carried secrets the galaxy had never seen. If the human were harmed, the truth of humanity's power might be lost forever. The human paused and glanced at Vorel, almost as if he understood the alien's thoughts. Then he smiled faintly, a spark of confidence. The real challenge was about to begin, escaping the alien ship and showing the galaxy what humans were truly capable of. The hum of Zephyr Prime was louder than ever as alarms blared throughout the ship. The human moved swiftly, every step precise. Vorel had unlocked small sections of the ship for him, guiding him silently with gestures. Together they navigated the corridors, avoiding patrols and security drones. The human's DNA responded to every challenge. Injuries healed instantly, reflexes sharpened, and instincts predicted alien movements. Vorel watched in awe. "No species has ever adapted like this," he murmured. Deer and the senior scientists realized something terrifying. Their carefully controlled experiments had failed. The human was not just surviving, he was thriving. Every obstacle, every trap, had been turned into an opportunity for escape. The human reached the ship's control core. With quick thinking and a deep understanding of cause and effect, he initiated a sequence that would safely redirect the vessel toward Earth. Energy fields shifted, doors unlocked automatically, and the alien scrambled to regain control, but it was too late. Vorel stepped forward, placing a claw gently on the human's shoulder. "Go." "You can do it," he whispered. He had made his choice. The human's ingenuity had shown him the truth. Humans were not mere creatures to be studied. They were a force of life that even the galaxy could not predict. The human nodded, understanding Vorel's trust. Using the ship's navigation system, he set a precise course for Earth. The engines roared as the alien vessel accelerated, guided not by alien logic, but by human instinct and rapid problem-solving. When the human finally touched down on Earth, he looked up at the stars with a quiet sense of triumph. He was free. But something had changed. Somewhere in the galaxy, aliens would never underestimate humans again. Back on Zephyr Prime, Zur and the Alien Council studied the events in disbelief. Their advanced technology had been outsmarted by a single human. Vorel stood silently among them, calm but resolute. "We have learned something today," he said. "Humans are not just survivors. They are creators, thinkers, and adapters. Their DNA, it carries secrets no machine can replicate. We cannot control them. We must respect them." Zir shook his head, still in shock. "They are unpredictable." "Yes," Vorel replied, "and that is their strength. They do not rely on pure logic. They rely on heart, mind, and will. That is why they endure." In the days that followed, humans went about their lives, unaware of how closely they had been observed. Aliens, from distant ships, watched silently, studying from afar, not to conquer, but to learn. For the first time in history, one species had realized that strength did not always lie in technology, power, or control. Sometimes it lay in adaptability, ingenuity, and spirit. The galaxy had witnessed a new truth. Humans were not ordinary. They were extraordinary. And for Vorel, the young alien researcher, the human's courage and brilliance had left an impression that would never fade. Humanity had revealed a secret written not in stars, but in their very DNA. The universe had learned a lesson. Never underestimate a human.